today's video, I'll be showing you and taking you all along my first trip here. This is the bus station. To be very honest, I'm not sure what I'm doing here. I think I even came to the wrong place. So I called my friend up and patiently he said he'd come and drop me to the other station. So I thought the day would be simple, but I didn't expect to be yelled at for missing the bus. I was new, still learning how buses worked, how directions felt, in a place that didn't yet feel like home. But instead of support, I was made to feel like a failure. On just my third day in the UK, I held back tears and booked a cab to meet a driver who reminded me with no judgment that it was okay, that getting lost doesn't mean I was lost in life too. I haven't properly talked about what's going to happen today or what's happening till now because I was constantly on the move and has been handling stuff. I'm not sure if you could hear me because people are talking behind. As a girl who grew up being constantly judged, named, labeled, and looked down upon, it's always been hard for me to believe in myself, let alone speak up. When you grew up under eyes trained to spot only your flaws, breathing freely starts to feel like a privilege you haven't earned. I was scolded for spilling water, for dropping crumbs, for staining my clothes. None of it ever hurt anyone, yet the anger came anyway. And slowly, those voices didn't just surround me, they began to live inside me. I learned to people please. I tried to become the perfect girl, but they rarely noticed the efforts. They only noticed the mistakes. And somewhere along the way, the curious, excited, little Dora the Explorer version of me faded, replaced by someone scared, someone who lived for approval, a perfectionist on the outside, but broken inside. Now I am off to the university for the first time, but here there are some shops and I thought I'd check them out before hopping onto the bus. And it's very windy here and cold. So yeah, nevertheless, yeah, that's the plan for now. I truly believe that moving to a new city or even just taking yourself on solo travels or solo dates can become a powerful mirror. Because when you step away from familiar places and patterns, when you are physically removed from the environments that shaped your habits and fears, your perspective shifts. You begin to unlearn, you begin to listen to the parts of you that were always silenced. And slowly, you start to meet the real you, the one who's been waiting all along to be embraced. If at all you're coming abroad or to any new place, you're gonna make a lot of mistakes. A lot. Like, you're gonna feel like, is that me? That have done that. But it's alright. When you go to a new place, a beta city or country, state, things are completely different from what you have experienced earlier. So it's alright. Take a couple of weeks and just relax. You may lose some time, money, energy, but then again, it's alright. Okay? And listen, very windy. It's drizzling. It's not being on top of me for some reason. So this is happening since a while. So at this point, walking and asking for directions, I miss autos back in India. where you can just wave your hand and hire an auto to go anywhere, even if it's just a mile away. So I miss that. I'm not sure if I can walk all this way up without knowing the proper location of where I am heading to, and on top of it it's raining. So let's see if I'll reach university or not. I think we reached our point, but after a long time. That morning, when my friend came only to point out my shortcomings, I was stunned. My voice caught in my throat, my eyes welled up. But what surprised me later was that I didn't speak back. When he called me stupid for getting off at the wrong station, I couldn't say it's just a learning mistake. When he said I was wasting time and money, I couldn't say those are resources meant to help us grow. And when he said I wouldn't survive here, I couldn't even tell myself that he was wrong, because if anything, I have survived far worse. But all I managed to say was, okay, sorry for troubling you, and I'll be on my way. But deep down, what I wanted was to feel pity for him, for the way his quick anger and judgment probably came from his own frustration. I was trying, I was learning, and yet I felt like I had failed, because somewhere along the way, I was taught to feel that way. So many of us, especially girls, are taught from such a young age to be nice, to be quiet, to not make a fuss. And so when someone questions our worth, we stay silent. We bite our tongue even when our heart screams otherwise, and over time, we begin to forget. Who are we outside of these expectations? It took me moving across the world to realize just how much of myself I had buried, just to feel safe. I had been living like I had to earn kindness. But slowly, I'm beginning to learn that softness isn't a reward. It's not something we need to win from others. It's something we are allowed to give ourselves. And that begins by letting go of shame and the fear that one mistake defines our entire worth. This is going to be the town I'm going to live in the next couple of months maybe. I'm just so excited. Yeah. Let's see some shops here, go around, maybe reach the university. So that's the plan for now. So if you ever felt like you're too much or not enough, too sensitive or too unsure, just know this: you're not broken, you're becoming. Healing is never loud or perfect, it's quiet. Maybe it's just choosing every day to show up for yourself, even when the world doesn't. And despite a few rude people, I've also found some of the kindest strangers who laugh with me like we had known each other forever. Those moments reminded me kindness still exists. Even when you feel surrounded by judgment, there are always people out there who help you breathe easier, to make the world a little softer. That evening, as I began walking back, This time, without needing any help, I realized something, that I can survive in the UK and life too. I may still have 10 more days until I move into my university accommodation, and because I knew better by now, I decided to move out the next morning.